welcome to this lecture. In today's scenario, we are going to extract the previous salary and going to write it into a new row. Also, if there is no previous salary, that is the first row, then it should write null. This is a commonly asked Informatica scenario for all the experts and senior level Informatica resources. Let me quickly demonstrate how the data should look like. So suppose if this is the input data and this is the first row. So this 1000, that is the salary of the, you can imagine that this is the employee ID and this is the salary. So if this is 1000, so in the next row, that is for the employee ID 20, the 1000 salary should come here. For the next employee, that is for 30, the previous salary, that is 2000, should come up over here. It is something like this. And if this is the first employee, so it's not having any previous employee, so it should populate null. Okay, so let's go and delete this, and we are having our source file over here, which I just showed you. Let's quickly create a mapping. So now we have a source and we have a target. In the source, we are having the employee ID and the salary, and in the target, we are going to have employee ID, the salary, and the salary from the previous row. We have to identify the first row, so either we can use in the expression or we can simply use a sequence generator here to identify the first record. Let's quickly go here and use this property, and then we can have an expression. We have dragged all the ports from the source. Now we will drag the next value here. Okay, so let's quickly create a port for the previous salary or a salary variable. In this, we are going to create the variable salary. Before that, we need to store the salary for the previous row. So that can be done over here. So the previous salary will be the salary coming from here. You know that in the expression transformation, all these ports are executed in the same sequence. Let's quickly write our scenario. So if the sequence, that is equals to 1, that is the first record, then it should populate null because there was no previous row. Else it should write the previous salary. As of now, there is no value in the previous salary, so it's not going to populate anything for the first record. It will populate null. Later on, if you see, when this first row is executed, that is this whole expression is executed for the first row, that is the first set of data, then this previous salary will have the value of salary, that is the first row. Now when we go for the second row, in the next time, the salary value, that is the previous salary, is stored over here, and now if you see, the next value is no more 1, that is the second record has come, so it will directly move to the previous salary, which was having the value from the just previous operation, that is one row up. Now we will take the output of the previous salary in a output port. So we'll say previous salary output. Here we will take the output from here. That is the variable salary. Okay. This scenario seems to be a little easy, but you have to remember how you are comparing one row with the previous row. The scenario can be modified, and in the interview you can be tested with slight modifications of these things, and you have to play in the expression transformation. Always remember how you compare and store a previous row or a record into a variable, and this will be quite handy at that time. Now we will drag the values. Okay, and this one. Let's quickly create a workflow. We will configure the source and the target. Let's see the file name, its input. For the target, I will give salary.txt. I will save this. I will close this input file, and let's run this. This is running. It has succeeded. Let's go and check the output. You see, it was the first row, so there was no previous value. So we got null. For this second record, we got the value from 1000. For the third record, we got the value from the second row. For the last row, we got it from the third row. So in this manner, you can always store a previous record in the expression and use them for comparison. These type of scenarios may be modified and can be asked in the exam, so you have to understand in which manner you are going to play with the data in the expression transformation. I hope this particular scenario was clear to you, and if you still have any doubts, you can comment in the section, and till then, happy learning.